Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a video about NBA 2K15 for the most part. Now, if you've played NBA 2K15 online at all, you probably noticed it's pretty well known that the servers for 2K15 really aren't that great. A lot of people have lag issues. A lot of people just have general issues, period, as far as online play goes. I honestly play mostly career mode, so I don't do too much online matches or whatever in NBA 2K15, mostly because of, the issues that most people have. But I've actually recently been able to discover why these issues essentially are there in the first place. And the people at NetDuma actually helped me discover this. Now, NetDuma is a wireless router that these guys sent me. This router is incredible. The software for this router is phenomenal. If you play, peer-to-peer online games like Call of Duty or FIFA and stuff like that, this is absolutely... It's almost a must-have if you play consistently, because as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, one of the best things it allows you to do is filter out players outside of your area. So right now I have it set to just the United States. You can see the little swirly, little circly area. That's just the map of the U.S. So if I get into a match based on how the software is set up right now, and it has tons of other features, it's honestly, I would absolutely recommend this. But this isn't really about that. This is more about how it affects NBA 2K15 and why these lag issues are happening. So what we're going to do here is go to an online quick match. Now, I won't be set with anybody outside the U.S., but that doesn't really matter for NBA 2K15 at this point. But I'll show you what does matter. All right, let's pop up an online head-to-head match. Now, what's going to happen is it's going to seem like, oh, it's search around, but look at that. One tiny circle pops up around the New York area. So we're looking about New York. And this guy's gamertag, what's this guy's gamertag? E. Ryan Lewis, okay? So generally how this would work, let's say this was Call of Duty and we got into a match, that's where the host is. So that shows you where the host would be. So it's right now it's in New York. So you're thinking, okay, it's set to the whole U.S., that's in New York. I'm in the Midwest, middle of the country. So, it is what it is, whatever. Let's quit out of that, okay? Okay, so how about my team? Same thing. You go to play with friends. It's not going to connect you to, to a specific person. It's going to give you the connection to that specific circle around the New York area. This is what the deal is with NBA 2K15. There is one server location in the United States. Now, in other countries, I can't tell you for sure. I'm not absolutely positive about that. You might have to, grab the software and check it out for yourself. But as far as the U.S. goes, there is one server base in the United States, and that is New York, or at least Upper East Coast. So what does this mean? It means if you live anywhere even remotely far away from New York, you're gonna have at least slight issues. I'm in the middle of the country, so 9 times out of 10, my games are pretty laggy. The shot meter, you guys know, if you've played online, the shot meter is not as exact as it is in a career match, in a regular offline match. It's the experience that the player has offline and online in NBA 2K15 are so drastically different. The online feature, that's one of the greatest things about video games, is the fact that we can play with people on the other side of the country, on the other side of the world. But NBA 2K15 has one server base, and it's in New York. That means if I'm here in the Midwest and someone from California, when we get into a match with each other, we're not connected to each other. We're connected to the server base in New York, okay? Because we're both so far away from that server, the game is going to be so incredibly laggy and just absolutely unplayable. And there's really no way around that, which is the sad part. I'm honestly surprised that 2K15 or, whoever sets up the servers, whoever's in charge of that area, only set one server base in the United States on the East Coast. Like, if you're on the West Coast, and the thing is, I also asked some people on Twitter, I asked people where they live and how their connection online is in NBA 2K15. You guys follow me on Twitter, you might have seen me tweet this. And a couple people were like, oh, I live in New York. I live in New York. I was like, how's your online connection? Like, it's great. I never have any problems. And then people like in Tennessee or in Colorado or in California, they're like, bro, I can't even play online. It's terrible. This is why. It doesn't matter how good your internet is. It doesn't matter how much a month you pay for it. It doesn't matter if you're playing on a McDonald's Wi-Fi. It really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, now the point of this video is for me to just explain why people have these issues. Unfortunately, there's no way to fix it. That's why I'm not titling this video "How to Fix Lag in NBA 2K15." That's not what this is about. There is one. This is just an informational video that there is one server base in the United States. It's on the East Coast. So if you're even remotely, not even that far away, but not in close proximity to that, you're gonna have some connection issues because, you know, I'm not amazingly technically savvy, but I know certain things, like the further away you are from a server or from a host, you know, the higher your ping is. Obviously, the higher your ping is, the longer it takes to send data, and that's what makes it predominantly laggy. Now, I have my fingers crossed that NBA 2K16, maybe they'll up the servers. Maybe they'll, like, you don't need a million servers in every state, but like put one in California. Keep the one in New York, put one in California, put one in Illinois. You know what I mean? Just kind of spread it out, 3 server bases throughout the country, so that no matter where you are in the U.S., you'll at least have a chance of having a decent game because you have a server base that's closer to you. So, if you live on the East Coast, if you're close to that server area, congratulations. You probably have fantastic online games. But if you're a little further away like myself, you're not going to have too much luck. And if you guys have seen my NBA streams before, sometimes I get in matches with players from different parts of the country, and, you know, it doesn't even matter. Almost every single game, there's some crazy lag going on, some lag spikes, and just some general BS-ery going on that could easily be fixed by upping the amount of servers. Let's be honest, they have the resources to make it happen. And to anybody from 2K, if you're listening, I love your product. Obviously, I play NBA 2K15 and WWE 2K15 like it's going out of style. I play them all the time. But to truly make these games better, the online portion of these games has to be better. It has to be. There's really no excuse for having only one server in the entire country, basically penalizing anyone that doesn't live near that. So hopefully 2K16, we get a fix for that. But this is just a little quick. I rambled a little bit, but that's just what I do. A quick little video to let you guys know why that stuff happens in NBA 2K15, why you experience that lag. And again, the NetDuma router and software is essentially how I was able to figure all this stuff out, which is awesome. Go to netduma.com and get your router. I don't get anything for this. I don't. If you go buy a router, I don't get a percentage, nothing like that. But NetDuma have been really cool to me. They let me test this router out, and they actually walked me through all this stuff. I was on a call with them as all this was happening, as we were trying to figure out why NBA 2K15 was the way that it was. And, you know, through these features with the router, we discovered all this stuff, which is just crazy. There's tons of other features too. There's congestion control, which lets you allow essentially what your internet does, what you give priority to versus, you know, what maybe devices you have that you don't want to give too much priority to. And so if you're uploading something, you can make it so it doesn't affect the internet and the rest of the house, things like that, VPNs, all that kind of stuff. The software is where it's at with NetDuma, so check them out, netduma.com. That's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe now for more, and I'll see you in the next one.